Hello and welcome to the best Diablo 2 rune finding video on YouTube, made by yours sincerely, Toby. You can see the table of contents on the screen, timestamps will be in the description, and before I roll the intro and start with the actual video, there's just one more thing I wanted to say. Magic Find does not work on runes! As much as I love D2, it's a fucking clusterfuck of definitions and mechanics, so it's not surprising that rune finding to this day isn't completely understood by a lot of players. Thank God, or else I wouldn't have anything to make videos about. So let's start with the most basic thing, why Magic Find does not work on runes. When a monster dies or a chest is opened, it is rolled if anything is dropped at all. If it's positive, then it's rolled for whether it's a rune. Now, if it would roll negative, then it would be an item, and only after that, Magic Find would kick in to increase the quality of the item, essentially increasing your odds for an item to roll magic, set, or unique, instead of normal. So once again, Magic Find has no effect on rune drop, and if you want more info on Magic Finding, click the link above. I have an absolutely epic video on all you need to know about Magic Finding in Diablo 2. Anyway, back to the rune drops. Like I said, first thing when a chest is open or a monster is killed that is checked is whether anything drops. So that's why player setting has a positive effect on rune drop, because player setting decreases the chance of no drop. It's a fancy way of saying it increases the amount of drops. So what are the best ways to find runes? The first one is the easiest one. Just kill lots of shit. Kill this guy, and that guy, and that guy, and all of these... gals?
Moo?
The more you kill, the more you drop. Wow, that's so complicated. So basically, high density areas make for great places to farm runes. Run Javazon and Cows, or a Lightning Sword with Infinity and Griffins, perhaps Crescent Moon in Chaos Sanctuary. Some people like Arcane Sanctuary for mass killing because Wraiths have increased drop chances for runes. Oh, by the way, have you seen how my level 96 hardcore sorceress died? She was trying to get some footage for this video. And, cover your ears. Wraiths have increased drop chances for runes. It's somewhere between 4 to 12 times better odds when comparing to other monsters. Now, this only applies to normal Wraiths. Champions and Uniques have the same odds as any other type of monsters. Since Wraiths can't drop armors or weapons or both, they drop more runes instead. It might be connected to the fact that they don't have physical bodies, but somehow that doesn't apply to Black Locusts, since they're literally the worst monster to farm for runes. Apart from mass killing, you can also go for places that have monsters with increased chance of rune drop. That be Travincal and Countess. Travincal is fairly straightforward. All of these guys have an increased chance of rune drop. They also drop a shitload of jewelry, facets included. They can drop up to Ja, and they are actually the second most efficient place to farm for an up to Ja, and number one place to farm for Cham and Zod. Well, Zod as in cubing up to Zod, because they can't drop a straight Zod. So with all that in mind, Travincal is a unique place because you kind of want to run it with some Magic Find on, so that you would be able to get more jewelry. As for the best classes to run on Travincal, one of the best one would be Blizzard Sork with Infinity on Merc. You can actually run a shitload of Magic Find while only using 65 faster cast rate breakpoint, and it doesn't really decrease your clear speed. Then of course we have Hammerden, though not sure how viable he is on hardcore, and I actually do have a video on how to run Travincal on hardcore with a sorceress if you want to check it out. Link should be somewhere at the top of the screen. Whirlwind Barbarian with Enigma is a decent choice as well, and perhaps something like a Poison Necro might be viable. Sealer is kind of okay, but yeah. One more thing you need to know about Travincal is where the council spawns, because it has a huge impact on your runtime. The goal is to have them spawn all in one place, ideally over here so that they couldn't run all over the place. A fun fact about where they spawn is that it's both tied to your map seed as well as at how you approach them. There's like 9 different paths that all affect where they spawn, but the most important one is like this invisible line. If you go on the left side, they'll spawn in one place. If you go on the right side, they'll spawn in another place. Next up is Countess. There's two things special about her. First, you actually have super chests on your way to Countess, but I'll get to super chests in the next topic. So the second thing is the way her rune drop works. She essentially has two types of drops. Her normal drop, just like any other monster in the game, and a special rune drop, which makes her, well, special. Her normal rune drop is up to low, but the odds kind of suck. I mean, it's the same as for any other monster in the game, and we all know how frequently those ohms and lows drop. Her special drop is amazing in terms of odds, but it only goes as high as is. So with that said, she's actually the #1 most efficient place to farm for mid-runes, all the runes up to Ist. One more thing you need to know about Countess normal and rune drop is that they sort of compete with each other. The higher the player count, the more items will be dropped out of her normal drop instead of her special rune drop. So therefore, if you're running her only for runes, go for players 1 setting. But if you're looking for keys, go for as high as players 8. There's an amazing video by Killrob Plays about some statistics of Countess farming. Link will be in the description if you want to check it out, but the main two things are firstly, it's not worth cubing up anything below full, and even then, fall to hell is kind of debatable. The second thing is Killrob compared running Hellforge to Countess as a source of mid-runes. The conclusion is fairly straightforward. Countess hands down beats Hellforge. Just like that. Lastly, we have Super Chest, also known as nothing can beat the fun you're having when playing an action RPG game without any action. Oh yeah, people love them super chests. In all seriousness, there's 3 types of chests. Normal ones, they suck. Special ones, they may be sparkly, but they still suck. And lastly, super chests. Normal and special work the same as monsters, it's all about RNG, and Magic Find works on them. However, super ones are actually special, which is fucking confusing because people call sparkly chests special, but by definition it's the super chests that are special. Anyway, super chests can be found in various places like previously mentioned tower level on your way to Countess, Lower Kuras and River of Flame. These are the best known, but you can also find them in Maggot Layer and perhaps just before entering Ancient Tunnels, though I'm not exactly sure about that one. What makes these super chests special? Yes, I am trying to confuse you. Is the fact that they have set drop patterns, and as far as I understand, it's basically whenever you open super chest, it trolls which pattern to use. They have high drop chances for high runes. Depending on the area, it can go as high as Ja, I think perhaps even Cham. Regardless, the only really worth farming place for super chests is Lower Kuras, just because you have 3 chests per map as opposed to, for example, only 1 in River of Flame, and also because the runtime is significantly lower. Lower Kuras is also the #1 place to farm high runes up to Ja, even though you can only drop up to Burr. Though, do prepare yourself to just get a bunch of Sur runes and not many of the other high runes. For some reason, Sur rune is like 5 times more likely to drop than a low or a Burr, which is baffling, but that's just how it is. Anyway, the strategy for Lower Kuras running is essentially don't kill anything and run as fast as you can. Super chests will always spawn next to this bonfire, 2 to the left and 1 above. You can get up to 2 bonfires per map, so basically re-roll your map until you get a good one. Once you've done that, you want to change player setting to 7 or 8 if you're as superstitious as I am. You also want to drop just about anything from your inventory for more free space, stock up on keys, and perhaps tweak your gear a bit. Especially if you're playing hardcore, because you don't even want to cast battle orders just to save those couple of seconds of runtime. Ideally you want 200 faster cast rate, but for hardcore I'd suggest just focusing on faster hit recovery and increased block, so that whenever you do teleport into a closed place filled with a pack of extra fast, extra strong, extra retarded fanaticism, raging, frenzy, overpowered psychopaths, you'd actually survive. Now, as for the actual chest farming, it might be fun to check all the normal chests along the way, as well as logs and skeletons, but if you're looking for runes, the super chests are like 4 times more effective, so it's really not worth your time. You also might want to check this weapon rack for what kind of drops it's giving, and if it's not a base for something useful, just stop checking it for good, since weapon and armor racks are also tied to the map seed and will pretty much drop the same item all the time. It's a complicated topic, one that I don't fully understand yet, so I'll just leave a link to the description to MrLlamaSC video on racks if you want to check that out. Last thing you need to know about running lower cuirass is that once you've completed a run, either teleport back to the waypoint or cast Town Portal and use telekinesis to get to Act 4. That way it will be faster than just save quitting and running throughout the entire Act 3. And cut! I think we're done here. I think I did a wonderful job explaining this. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I like chatting with you guys there. I actually do. And it totally has nothing to do with the fact that YouTube promotes videos in which people engage a lot. Totally. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I do thank you for watching. Wish y'all a lovely day and can't wait to see you in my next video. Cheers! Hey, it sounds just like you smashing that subscribe button after seeing this video.